I'm here to tell you that I love to encourage people to start a new career path, especially when it comes to nursing. I think it's such a great field. It's very inspiring, it's very fulfilling, and there's so many great attributes about being a nurse. So, if you're looking for more information about that, you stumbled across the right channel, and thank you for tuning in. And I hope you get to learn some things and you enjoy my content. And I hope that we could develop a community and we could all be in this together. I've been a nurse for over 12 years, going on 13 years, and I've done all various types of nursing. And there's certain ones that I did like, some I didn't like so far, but overall, I learned so much from each different aspects. And I want to see if I could help you out there to find your calling. What type of nursing do you want to be? Or is nursing for you? Or is this something that you thought you might like, but end up not liking? And that's okay. Don't worry. So just join and listen to the video, and hopefully you can pick up a thing or two and follow throughout this journey of how to help you become a nurse. Tips and tricks and some guidance that I would recommend if you want to. So most importantly, licensure. Licensure is a major thing that you need in order to become in the United States. Requires a licensure. Everybody has their different criterias, and this main reason is because they want to keep you safe as a nurse, and they want to keep the patients and the population safe, and make sure that you have the proper education and licensing in order to become a nurse and practice legally in the state. And licensure is when you pass the NCLEX, the major test that you always hear about, the NCLEX. So they make sure that you meet all the requirements and have all the education prior to you even getting to the point where you can sit for your boards. There's 3 different ways that you could go about how to get your education. You could do step 1, you could do a diploma nursing, and this was more a common nursing path. Back in the day, it was more common that people would do diploma nursing. Then also you could do associate's degree in nursing, also called an ADN, and that is a 2-year degree, and that is usually offered through most hospital-based nursing schools. And then we have your traditional 4-year degree, which is the BSN, also called the Bachelor of Science in Nursing, and that's most universities and colleges where you could obtain that degree if you choose to go that route. So with that being said, I'm talking about the educational aspect of things, but as much as that is important with nursing, if I don't say anything else, I have to say this. Nursing is really a mental thing as well. You cannot want to do this field and not have the mental readiness, I should say, for it. I don't know if that's the best word to use, but you have to be mentally prepared. This is not a field for the faint of heart. Like, you have to really have a passion for nursing. And what do I mean by when I say a passion? You can't just be looking at the shows like Grey's Anatomy, Scrubs, Nurse Jackie. The list goes on. The cute side of nursing, where the nurse and dating the doctor, having fun, they're partying hard and just having a good old time, and everything's like a laughing joke. Granted, you do work hard as a nurse, and you can party even harder afterwards to reward yourself for all the hard work you've been doing. And you do have the camaraderie sometimes with your coworkers, but it's not all glitz and glamour like you see on TV. It is hard work, and it can be mentally daunting on anyone's mental status. So you have to be in that right mindset. So how do you get yourself ready for that mindset, right? I would say you have to just really envision, is this something I can really see myself doing? And you can't just really envision it from the back of things. You have to like actually be in the nitty gritty. So if you have opportunity to like volunteer at a hospital or do some type of interaction with the community event, if you have someone that works in a hospital setting and they're able to bring you in for a day, just you have to actually be in that environment. You have to like be able to smell that hospital smell, sense the staffing when the staffing shortages and um, the unit is full. Like you have to see like the good, the bad, ugly, all in between for you to really get a grasp of what nursing is. It's not to scare anyone, but I like to keep things real and I don't like to sugarcoat things because I don't like when people sugarcoat things to me. And I'm a type of person, I'm a straight, talker. I like to, keep it real with you. Um, so I would say with your mentality, you have to literally have a passion for it. I always am advocating for nursing, like it's something I love. I don't regret being in this field. I've been in it for over 12 years. And as much as I had some pretty bad experiences with some employments, neither here nor there, that's another topic, another video. Uh, Overall, like I love it. I don't regret having chose nursing as my career. But I do always try to promote people into joining nursing field, especially when I see minorities, because we are lacking immensely in the nursing field, in the healthcare field, period. Uh, there's still a big gap that we have to try to fill because it's just not there yet. I'm talking to somebody and trying to recruit them into do nursing and trying to guide them into that path and letting them know because most people like they want to become a nurse but you just don't know how. It's like, yeah, you could do a Google search, but is it really gonna teach you everything you need to know? Uh, a lot of people they could try to ask somebody, but they're not gonna really give them nitty gritty sometimes. Like sometimes you can be fortunate, you'll have the family member or a friend or a classmate who did it or know somebody who did it and they'll like walk you through. But my experience is very rare. And anybody else I talk to, the nursing people that I know, they really didn't have that experience either. Like usually they had a bad experience of trying to become a nurse or having that preceptor experience. And once again, that's another topic. So the moment someone tells me that they, oh, I want to be a nurse, but I'm not sure if I could, I'm like, pump the brakes. I'm not gonna push it any further. I may like tug on you a little bit more, like, okay, you sure? Like, I'll ask them, like, what makes you like, change your mind? Why wouldn't you want to become a nurse? Um, and if they seem hesitant, like, I would try to like analyze it a little bit more and ask them some more questions, just to try and see if we're on the same page. They're not like psyching themselves out, but I don't believe it's a field that you could force somebody. Either you have a passion for it or you don't. You have to like genuinely want to help people. You have to genuinely want to see people progress and be a people's person. Like you're going to be dealing with people's family members who are in emotional states, where there's emotional states because they're preparing for the demise of their loved one or they're preparing for birth, a high risk pregnancy, or their child, God forbid, is battling the terminal illness and or their loved one who's always been so healthy is suddenly not able to move and eat on their own because they had a stroke. There's like so many different aspects that are going on and their emotions run high and you will learn this in nursing school, like how to like, you know, cope with like emotions and all that and all those different things, but you have to be compassionate because this is not going to work. Like, you cannot come into this field for the money. Like, it's more than the money. Like, the work you put in nursing, you'll never actually get paid the value that you're actually doing. And that's what it is. It's a thankless job. Yeah, I said it. a thankless job. You can't do things because you're expecting people to say thank you to you or recognize you or for you to get these awards and accolades. You have to do it because you have the compassion and you genuinely want to help people. So with that being said, like usually one thing that deters people is like when they get into like they're like, oh yeah, I want to be a nurse, I want to be a nurse. And then the moment they get into the hospital setting or a clinical setting, they have their first experience and they see blood and then they literally pass out or freeze. Just the smell of it, the sight of it, they're done. They're out. And that's okay, but that is very common. It may sound silly to some people. You're like, well, I could deal with that. That's nothing. But we're not talking about blood like when you have like a little scrape, you think yourself with the kitchen knife or doing some gardening or yard work or whatever, or helping your little one with their boo-boo. When you're in the hospital, yeah, sometimes you're going to see like, especially if you're like a level 1 trauma in the ER, you're going to see like, if it's like a gunshot or a stab wound victim, especially if it's in the head was very vascular or abdominal area, it's going to look like a bloodbath, or OR. It's going to look like a bloodbath, and on average, most people do not see that. So it's understandable when people do see it and they have this reaction that they just freeze up and they're just done with things. So if you know you can't handle that, then you have to reconsider it. And like, I know there's different types of nursing where you won't have to deal with blood, but you cannot skip it. Like, you're going to have to go to clinicals. You're going to be dealing with all those type of things. And there's no guarantee saying that you're going to go to nursing and you're just going to, I don't know, like work in the office or do like legal nursing and stuff like that. Like, there's no guarantee that you're going to like graduate from nursing school and automatically start doing that. So usually you have to like start with med surg and working in the hospital as a bedside nurse on the floor and gain those 2 to 3 years experience most employers will look for. But that's another video we'll discuss about like requirements for jobs and like that. But I don't want anybody to click off and start thinking like, oh no, maybe this isn't for me, maybe I'm wrong. I just like to tell people how it is. Nursing is a very rewarding field, believe me. Just the feeling of knowing that you helped somebody and that you were able to stop a medication error and to see a patient progress, it's priceless. So if you are in it for the right reasons, then I say go for it. So my goal is to help you become a nurse. And if that's not what you choose to do, no worries. I can help you figure out what else could we do, what other career paths there are for you. I love helping people in career development. It's just things I wish I had somebody to help me throughout my journey. Granted, I had like my mom. She's a nurse as well, so I had her that helped a whole lot. But we did it on different decades, like different generations. So things do change in nursing. Yeah, so with the nurse mentality, you do hear the terminology a lot. The nurses eat their young, and yes, it is true, unfortunately. So I want to break that. I want to break that cycle of why eat your young. Educate them, spread the knowledge, share the love, because that young person, the tables turn. One day you'll be in the hospital and they'll be taking care of your aunt or taking care of you or your loved one. And you'll be like, wait, I remember when they were just like a teenager or a kid. And yes, that happens. That happened to me several times of people. I'm like, oh, that used to be my teacher. Oh, that was my principal. Oh, that was. It's a circle of life. We all come back around, right? So that being said, comment below and let me know if you want to become a nurse, and if so, why? Why do you want to become a nurse? What's your why? You have to have a why with everything you do in life, because Goals without a plan are just dreams. It's okay to be a dreamer, but dreamer won't get you everywhere. So with that being said, watch some more videos that I have below on some other topics of how to become a nurse. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell right here or there. Not quite sure. New to this YouTube thing. And we shall talk.